here we are. Welcome, everybody. So I'm just going to tell you that the comments that are here are on my channel, and the way you know that is that they don't have a little paper clip on them. And if anybody comes through your channel, we'll see their name with a paper clip. And so it's very possible that they are there. They just haven't come in yet. So there you go. So welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for being back with us today. This is Debbie Diment and Diment. I always say your name wrong. I'm sorry. And I want to welcome her back. She's fabulous, and she's going to tell you today what you might write in the chat that you might want, and that what she's going to be doing for us today with regard to a relaxing meditation. But I want to say hello first to Christine and Annie Bear and Suzanne, and Seascape's here, and so is, who else? Randy's here. Ooh, from hot Arizona, and everybody's hot. Yes. Let's see who else came in. I think Carl came in.
Oh, wonderful.
And Christine Fryer came in, and Liz Reeves. And Jules, it's nice to see you, Jules. Hi, Craig Dixon. And Teresa Ford's here. Yeah.
Hey.
And there we go. So here we go. This is what it looks like. Randy said she is a diamond, and she's posting that on your channel chat.
Oh, how sweet.
So she went over to your channel and posted that. Yeah. And Jen Bowles, hi, honey. Arlene Forney is here. Denise Fletcher. Wonderful to see everybody, and hello, Hypnicity. And it's cooled down to 91 in Albuquerque. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of tiredness, and Debbie and I were talking about that backstage, and so I'm going to turn this over to her to let her give you some sort of instruction so we can help you today, and also she will be doing her meditation. So take it away, Debbie.
Well, hello, everybody. And I wanted to let you know, if you go over to my website, Debbie Diment, and you can see how my name is spelt on the little tag there. I do have a YouTube channel, and Sunday morning, the dolphins were shoving at me just before my feet even hit the floor. And they're like, you have to do this video. So in that video, they were insisting that I tell you how to know your own discernment so that you can tell if it is your stuff or if it is the collective stuffs. And also there's 2 Lemurian technologies that are going to help you come back into your own center. And more importantly, they will help to 0 point or collapse those stories that are going on around you. You can also use this if you're in a haunted house scenario where you've got a ghost or a spirit that is bothering you. You can absolutely play those technologies. They will help to collapse, again, that energy, that negativity in that energy. And some of the tiredness that people are having, there's 2 things that are going on right now. One, a lot of people are really hooked into the collective narrative. And there's a lot of different collective narratives that are going on.
True.
These technologies have actually been put in place for a really long time. And what they do is they distort the actual pure light that's coming from the central sun, because the entities that have created them, they need to feed off of you. And so they don't care if they have provoked some version of a reaction from you and you feel exhausted. It's because you've gotten angry at some story, you've gotten upset at some story, you've gotten pissed off at some story, you're crying. There has been a lot of also energies coming from our regular sun, but it's kind of jacked up a little bit because what's happened is the photons from the photon belt have actually, the central sun has come into our sun. And so it is gradually increasing the light codes that we usually get from our sun. And it will knock us out, can make us sleep, and the same thing will happen to us. And so a lot of times we have to go take a nap, and that is to allow us and our bodies to help integrate the information that has come in. So the main thing is, if you need to lay down and take a nap, go take a nap for sure,
Yes.
especially if you can. If not, I'm going to be doing a couple of technologies right quick, and that's wonderful. That will be helping you, and it's going to be gaining your. Okay, it looks like I'm going to be doing 2 technologies today. I wasn't sure that I would be, but yeah, it will definitely help you to get some of your energy back then.
That's awesome. And yeah, I have some animal stuff in there. You know,
Great.
the animals always are scratching at you. So
yes, that's wonderful. That was the other suggestion that I was going to have. If you have something with your animals, go ahead and keep popping them in for the lives. And in fact, if we've got a few of them right now, if you've got something going on with like your back, I know that we've got attention to lungs. We've got some lung things that are happening. I know we've got some back stuff that's happening, some sciatic that's happened, I believe. And this is going to go for you and or your animals as I'm doing these technologies, and especially if it's body parts. I'm going to be doing a Shiatsu meridian balancing. And this, even though it's going to be silent, what's going to happen is I'm going to be reaching out and actually balancing everybody's meridians. That means everybody. Humans are critters too. It's not just our furry fuzzy ones. So if you think, oh my God, I've got sciatic or I've got issues with my back. Yep, here we go with calcifications. Stenosis.
And Randy too. Yeah.
So let's go ahead, and whenever I'm doing the meridian balancing, you just need to say, hey, I want this too. And you can have as much of that as you possibly can. And you can always, the energy on this is going to be timeless. So you can always go back to the replay and get that as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Annie, can I just say, you are amazing, and you help the community with everything you do. I don't need to read any. I don't even need to read to tell you that. But anyway, Debbie will do it. Yeah, there you go.
Annie's been amazing.
Here we go. Teresa's got some painful psoriasis on her fingers. All right.
Okay. I'll be doing it. When I'm doing it, it will, even though it'll be silent, it's going to actually. I'll be sure to dial that in too.
Yeah. Hi, Karen Robinson. Karen's on your channel too. Suzanne says her hips
got worked on this morning. Yeah.
Oh, good. Hips for Suzanne. It looks like we all have something that can be healed.
Absolutely. Absolutely, everybody. So it looks like most of my focus is going to be around the lungs, some heart. We have fingertips for grounding out, feet for grounding out. And we also need to do some, especially TLC for the back and the hips. So what we've got going on with the lungs.
I want to say Dr. Ann needs a lot of help. She just had surgery, and now she's got some other issues. So I'm just, I'm sending that out there for you. Yeah. Okay.
We'll definitely give her some extra TLC. And Dr. Ann, if you need to go sleep or something, you can always come back to this. Always. Yeah. And it will absolutely be, the energy will be there on the replay.
Okay. Oh, Liz, fingers and feet for you. I have neuropathy in my feet, so I don't ever feel everything is always either cold or, can't feel my feet anyway. All right. So I'm going to let you. So you're going to take the other questions later, right? You're going to do the meditation.
I'm going to do the other questions later. My main question beforehand was to find out where people were needing the extra energy work for the meridian part that I'm going to be doing. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
If we're ready, we're going to start off with a Lemurian harmonizing. And that's going to help to get all of us onto the same page, kind of get us slowed down a little bit here and on the same page. And the second piece that I will be doing after that will be the undoing and the doing. And that was the piece that will collapse the stories and collapse the negativity that we all need. Okay. Clear. Tie ori ora mahakawatahi it ingwa to tell iri to atawana why you tapu it ingwa to finui Drani tikitao, wayuatapu. It ing wa, the fire, tamatua, titama, wayuatapu. Tihe, ori, ora. Great. Okay, so that was the piece to bring us all onto the same page. Hold on to your seats, because sometimes as this energy cleans and clears from the undoing and the doing, it can sometimes make you a little dizzy. So here we go. I e te e a u u I a te u e o o te u I il ma eb ni e no to eb o ul un u a e te I a u pe o e u a I un ul o eb tono e ni eb ma il I. Wonderful. All righty, gang. The next thing we're going to do, does everybody want to do the bubble technique? Can I get a yes or a, okay, we're getting a yes. Okay. Okay, everybody. So what we're going to do with this one is I'm going to have you look up, and then we're just going to gently close our eyes and keep looking up behind your eyelids. Get a nice deep breath in and let it out. And what we're going to do is imagine a light coming in from above. And let this light be any color that it wants to be. And let it come into the top of your head, through your brow, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your sinuses, your ears, your mouth, your throat, your chin, down the back of your neck, and into your shoulders. We're going to go down your shoulders, into your biceps and triceps, wrap it around the elbow, down through the forearms, down your wrists, through your hands and fingers. Let this light flood out into Mother Earth. And then back up into your chest space. Let the same light come down from above and start pooling into the tops of your shoulders where your collarbones are. Good. And we're going to allow this to just ooze down through your chest cavity. We want it to go good, all the way around the lungs, bathing around the heart, all those spaces in between the heart and the lungs. There's a little cavity that happens behind the heart, between the heart and the lungs. Allow the light to fill up in there, just washing away everything. And if you can feel a little more spaces, empty spaces, any darkness or smudgies around your lung area, let this light wash through that, cleansing and clearing, filling it up. A little bit more behind the heart, between the heart. There it goes, there it goes. Okay, a little bit more. Great, great. Now we're going to cascade this same color light down through the diaphragm and into your tummy. Let it go all the way through your abdomen. A lot of times when we're busy with our world, we will shove our emotions into our abdomen and it'll just get stuck there. So we're going to let this light clean and clear. Nice, nice. Just let that wash all the way through and into your hips. Now in your hip area, turn it up just a little bit. Our hips and our legs, if we get stuck in life, we can't go anywhere, we feel other people are constricting our movements, it'll begin to show up in our hips and our legs and our feet. So let's just have this same light go through. Power wash it through. Great. Through your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet. Great. And then allow that to go into Mother Earth. Now keep that light going from above. Mother Earth is going to offer a gift. She's going to offer an energy. Let that be whatever color it wants to be. And it's going to come up from the ground, through your feet, through your ankles, your calves, your knees, your hips, your thighs. We did this again. Huh? Great. We're still disconnected here a minute. Hang on a minute. Mother Earth is going to have her gift go from your knees through your thighs. Yeah, it's okay. Let her support you. She's giving you a gift. You can accept it. It's safe. If you don't like the color she's giving you, pick another color that you like then. Okay, great. Now we're going to move it up into our hips. We still have the light coming from above. And we're pushing her light up. She's offering it. Just allow it to come up through the hips into your abdomen. And then we're going to have it come up through your diaphragm. Both of your lights are going to meet in the heart space. Great. Now they're going to form an orb, a bubble, a space that's going to be formed out all the way around you with these two color lights. They're going to create a color bubble all the way around your body. Let that push out however big you want it to be. You'll feel naturally. It can be 3 feet. It can be 10 feet. It could be 25 feet if you really need. What we're going to have is your own space. Your own energy is going to be in this particular bubble. And you can set the intent that only your highest good can come through that bubble and into your own energy field. Great. Great. Okay. Everybody feels a lot better than they did before. And as empaths or as we go out into the world, it's really important that you do check in on your own energy. If you feel like you're being pulled off center, you can use this bubble to get reset. Beautiful, Dr. Ann. Well, you're really going to love this next piece because if it's okay with you, I'm going to leap right over into the meridian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The meridians with the shiatsu, there are rivers of energy that flow around our body. And they can be congested, which means that the river gets, the stream in it gets constricted. It's kind of like if you see a stream and it's got a whole bunch of sticks in it or mud. It's not very clean and clear. And that's essentially what I'm going to be doing is going over these meridians. Yeah. And here goes the stuff around the throat. We'll definitely be clearing the throat energies. And it's going to be cleansing and clearing all of the gunk that gets stuck on there. And what's going to happen is as that frees up and cleans and clears, some of the energy, some of the people around here have been feeling really, really exhausted. This will return your energy flow to you. It will certainly help to clear out a lot of the side effects, I guess you could say. So the grief factors, it will ramp up and amp up the healing that's going to happen. Okay, now this piece I'm actually silent for. So I'm going to get started. If you're sensitive to energy, you may actually feel me touching like your back, your neck, your elbows. It's just me coming through. And if you feel nothing at all, don't worry. You don't have to feel anything to have this actually working. It's going to do its own thing. So I'm going to get started. And this one may take me just a little bit longer because I took on board everybody's stuff. So we're going to get all of this nice and clean and clear. So I'm going to go quiet and I will meet you on the other side. Humans, lift your chins up for me, please. There's some really strained and stressed energy at the back of the neck. I'm just going to take that burden off just a little bit. You don't have to overextend. Just lift your chin up just a little bit for me. Thank you. And we've been shoving our anxieties underneath the shoulder blades again, hiding it under the carpet. So if you feel me around your shoulder blades, that's just me. Sometimes if these meridians are under stress and duress, we'll end up with nausea, and it's because there's congestion on the stomach meridian. small intestines. Shouldering the weight of the world. Great, great. Interesting. I'm just going to give some extra TLC to everybody's spines. There's a little bit of struggle for some of the pups. And I'm hearing an older bird right in between the shoulder blades. And it feels much better. Okay, great. Anybody that's got spine issues right now, just hook right into this energy. A lot of energy stuck on the hips. That's okay. We're cleaning and clearing it. Not a problem. Okay, I'm going to go up to the halfway point here, so I'm going to be on the right-hand side. Right neck, where it joins the skull. Again, humans, could you just lift your chin up just a little bit for me? Doesn't have to be much. No straining. There we go. Kind of takes the load off the back of the neck muscles there. Much better. Again, some extra energy for the spine. If you feel me coming through your rib cage, that's just me. Sorry if it tickles. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to send out a little bit of extra energy to kidneys and our adrenals. So just let me send out a little bit of extra here. I'm going to send out a little bit of extra to the heart. Great. Now I'm going to do just a little bit extra for the lungs. Again, our lungs, if we have grief, and that can be grief of not just people passing, although that does impact us, but friends, family passing, but also old stages, earlier like careers ending, old ways of life ending. Those are goodbyes as well. And sometimes, yep, there's the grief that we have. Let me just send in some Diamond White. And it's going to feel a little bit like those old pop rock fizzies. Just gonna fizz your lungs with that. Get that old city junk off, out and out and out. It's not needed. There we go. Get you a little bit more energy in here. Okay, and just let that settle down. Nice and gentle. Some extra energy in here to lift that grief up and out. Great. Okay. I've already powered through a whole bunch of spine energy balancing, but let me do just a little bit more for everybody's spines. Beautiful. Okay, great. The last thing I'm going to do is just a wee bit more around the head space. A lot of us have been doing a whole bunch of overthinking that we just don't need to do. And again, that's just subliminal stuff and construct and stuff that's not really ours. Just let it go. Okay, we've got people that are holding on to this energy just a little bit here. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand. I understand. Lift your chin up just a little bit. Some of the headache is from the neck muscles being too tight, and you don't get the oxygen flow going up into the head. Some of it is from the eyes. So if you have extra eye trouble, it's going to come through. If it feels like I'm touching your eyes, it's okay. Only if you're sensitive to it. And again, if you don't feel it, that's fine. It's not going to change anything. You know? Sometimes with our new energy that's coming in, the photon energies, it can make our eyes gritty. The environmental stuff that we're having, heat can really make the eyes hot and achy too. There we go. A little bit extra there. Okay. Just a little bit on the tear ducts, down into the sinus cavities. And I happen to know that there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with teeth. So we're going to give some support to the roots of the teeth and the hidden cracks and crevices, into the jaw spaces, tongue spaces, and to whoever has the feeling that they can't speak up. That's what you were affecting me earlier with the coughing around the throat. You're going to feel supported. This can sometimes show up as issues with the lymph or the thyroid. You have the power. You've always had it. You've forgotten. It's part of the contract whenever we come down here. It's part of the quote, quote, fun. Whenever we come down here, we forget. And different people have different parts of the puzzle as we wake up. Much, much, much better. A little bit more in the heart space. Wonderful. Okay, it feels much better. Much, much better. Okay, welcome back. So the only caveat that I'm going to have for that is if during that time, if you were doing any sneezing, burping, farting, coughing, yawning, be sure you get a drink of water, because what's actually happened physically is you've had you've had toxins that have been held in your body and they have actually released into your bloodstream, and the water will help to clean and clear that out of your body for you.
Excellent.
Great.
Wow. Everybody's just.
That was a lot, everybody. That was a lot.
That was a lot. And a lot of people are crying. A lot of people are Seascape felt pressure on her mind's eye and base of skull. Dr. Ann felt so much better. Oh my goodness. It's helped her a lot. Some relief. Lori's saying she's releasing grief for the deaths in the Houston area due to power outages and heat.
Great. Better out than in.
Yes. Randy's feeling loopy. Okay. All the stress, Connie says, is in her shoulders. It's my neck and my shoulders. That's what's mine. It's like
the anxiety, the weight of the world. You shove it in there, and then there are so many meridians that are right at the surface. Same spaces that you have that. Better out than in.
So yes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. They can do that, and I think Liz Reeves said it happened to her too. Wow, her puppy did this thing.
Yeah. Our furry family members, they take it on and they will help us to process. Oh, you're so welcome, Carl. You're so welcome.
And Cosmic Blue coming in. Lovely, thank you. I can sleep better. My back just released from pulling it today. Good girl. Good girl.
Oh, yay.
So the other Carl hit me in all spots. Good, good. All right.
Great. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Ann. As empaths, we definitely are taking on stuff that really, and that's the other thing. Just because we feel it doesn't mean that we have to take it on. I mean,
I froze.
What I was saying is, just because we feel it as an empath, we don't have to take it on.
Right.
It is our natural instinct to want to do that, but we don't, and we shouldn't. It would be the same thing as if your irresponsible friend decided he was going to chug a bottle of vodka. Yeah, wouldn't
yeah.
Chug it with him and go, wow, we both feel really horrible now.
Leah, you're right. Leah says she's never sneezed so much in her life. That is so funny.
That's great. That means it's energy being moved out. Make sure that you drink. Make sure you drink some water whenever you do that.
You feel physically lighter.
That might have been the potato chips wedged there. Leftover energy, right?
I used to say, why don't I just tape them to my hips?
I know. You can just smell it.
Go there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh. Liz's Bassett is sitting on her feet and hugging her legs with neck and head. Oh,
sweet.
So nice.
Wonderful.
Everybody. Yeah, I got chill bumps. Oh, wow.
And again, the energy that's on there is timeless. So you can go back to this and don't expect to have the same reactions. You may, or you may have no reaction. And you think, oh, well, it didn't do anything the second time. Actually, what's wonderful is if you have not the same reaction that you had initially, that means that simply other stuff came up to be cleared. The first surface stuff is actually out of the way so that you can have that other stuff float up and out. So the underlines come up.
I felt a twist to my spine when you were there. I have a tightening of my right ribs. There you go. There you go. Okay. Linda Kennedy has lupus. So she said, there's a lot of issues with lupus, but she's feeling a little bit better. A lot of people relax. A lot of people want naps. And yes, absolutely. Take a nap if you need a nap.
The first Lemurian technology that I did to give you peace, and that's just it. Sometimes you feel so keyed up that you're exhausted from being keyed up. And then you've just been sung a lullaby that your soul understands.
Right.
So like a baby, you've just been cradled and held, and you understand you're safe and loved. And who wouldn't fall asleep with that energy? Yeah.
No, that's true. This should allow you to really rest. I know there's many times I'm laying in bed and I can't find a comfortable position. It's going too fast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
floating you some extra energy right now, just in case there was a rebalancing that needs to happen. So if you feel me pushing you the other way, that'll be me. And if anybody has this, where you're feeling these energies just like she did,
Uh-huh.
I think what happened was she had a release on one of her, I'm hearing DNA, but it's not really, the wording isn't correct on that. It's one of her spinal, it's not spinal, it's a column, it's a pillar of, it is an identity construct that apparently we've just undone. So let me just rock with this just a little bit, Deb. Because I get it that you're suddenly not able to breathe, and that's not okay. So, okay, it just tracked up in between your shoulder blades. We're just going to keep working this for just a second here, just to get that loosened off for you. Yeah, I'm hearing it's like a pillar construct of you. There was energy from an identity structure that just got untorqued, basically. So the body is going, whoa, wait a minute. Hey, I needed that.
Yeah.
So there we go. That feels better. You might actually, Deb, shower might help you. I'm hearing the next time you're in the shower, if it's still bothering you, pretend it's just going off with the water down your back, and it should go ahead and release fully off for you.
Wonderful. So, Carl, I believe that because there were animals she was also doing the healing on, she can't really tell the animals to put their heads up. So I think that's why she said
That's what it is. Yeah, because
yeah.
Puppies and kittens and dogs and stuff, they don't have the same. Humans, we always have things that we're looking down at. We look down at our hands. We're looking down at a book that we're reading. We're looking down at our phones and things like that. And so what happens is the spine gets pulled out, and so you end up with your spine. Your neck is more like a post. It should look like a back-facing C. And so just by lifting your chin up, that automatically puts those neck muscles into a relaxed C shape instead of the straight up and down carrying the energy.
Yeah. And I know my husband has also said there are some people who carry their heads like forward, if you know what I mean.
Because
they may
of
be
the
down
posture that they're doing, and that actually would go from the legs and the hip structure. It's more of a foundational thing with the feet. It actually will begin in the feet and carry structurally all the way up and out.
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah, baby. You bet I did.
Yeah, tight bubble. Yeah, you bet. All right.
Everybody's like, oh, but the power was huge on that. It's like, you have no idea.
Well, you know, if you need this again, that you just need to re-listen to it. Annie says she does sometimes 4 or 5 times a day. So good for you, Annie. All right. So what does you have a blissful day too, Cosmic. Much love to you.
Thank you.
Peace Mama's dog Sugar is on full puppy energy. He laid on my stomach and actually fell asleep. Oh, wow.
Well, Peace Mama, now whenever he is jacked up on puppy sugar energy, you'll know to hit that for some peace. I've had friends do that whenever their animals have been bouncing off the walls, and they're like, we'll just play this on a loop for a while.
On a loop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carl,
I'm literally working on absolutely everybody, any of the animals. So it can be horse. There was somebody's bird that came in that I distinctly saw for the spine. Puppies, kittens, everybody's energy was actually being worked at the exact same time.
Yeah. Beautiful. A puppy lullaby. Yes, I love it.
Yep.
You were sleeping, Juanita? Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you. So let's get to some of the questions, everybody. Your dog is so cute. She wants to go and take a nap with her, Lori. You know what? You do it. If you, it's
you can always come back to the replay.
That's right. You can. So, this was a question Suzanne had about things that you can do individually. And so would she find that on your website? Is that where she needs to go to see if she can do like a Zoom meeting with you, or if you have any specials at all?
Suzanne, if you want to do a one-on-one, I do have them available. What you would need to do is go to my website, either at debbiediment.com. And then if you go, you can look at debbiediment.com. There's a contact me page on that one, or I do have a launch cart store, and you'll see that link right underneath the kitten on the front page of my debbiediment.com, and that will take you to my launch cart store. I do have MP3s there. I have one for kitten, well, cat, dog, human, and horse. And so those are MP3s that you can purchase. And the human one has an extra bit of technology to it that is soothing and relaxing on top of doing the meridian, the shiatsu balancing. And I also have a MP3 for Lemurian light codes. If you purchase the MP3 for the Lemurian light codes, on those, I specifically chose to keep those codes silent in that. And the reason why is because sometimes whenever we need to use the technology in our spaces around us, the people that we have around us in the flow that need it the most are highly resistant to woo-woo stuff. So what you're going to hear on that is actually a little bit of me talking, and then I go silent with the codes that I am doing, and there is music on there so that there's no resistance to the conscious mind. The people won't be resistant to it. Your spaces, I've had people use them, and I've had people use my Shiatsu MP3 in their toxic work areas, and the Lemurian codes as well in their toxin work areas. And an office full of cancer sign people suddenly quit the bitching, the gossiping, the moaning, and the whining. And the person looked up because they're like, why is it so quiet in here? And she said, absolutely, everybody had their heads over their own desks working, and they were happy. So
wow. I needed you back in 1990. I had one of those then.
My poor animals. I was dog and cat grooming at the time. And the animals, of course, were picking up on the collective. And it was so over the top. Those poor animals were so terrified and miserable.
Oh, I'm glad everybody's feeling better. Yeah, and don't forget water, shower even if you need to, or water for your body, but also a nap. Love yourself. Don't judge yourself. So Hypnicity's got a 15-year-old lab ready, and she wonders, Rascal, is she I don't know, I guess it's a he, ready to transition.
Hypnicity, first off, you have my utter sympathies for this one, because when I had to let go of my last boy, I royally struggled. And I have to admit, he did stay longer than he probably should have just for me. But that said, even though I was personally horrified at the idea, he did float it into me, I think I need to go. And I said, oh no, please don't. And he said, well, I'll see what I can do. The last 2 months, I probably should have stepped up and said, okay, we need to call it a day. But again, I struggled with that. He's going to float things in there. And so I'm sorry.
It is a she.
I know. I misspoke because I was thinking of my own boy. What's going to happen is she'll call in, or you'll simply think, I need to figure out how much lead time that the vet may need if I need to take her in to say goodbye. What am I going to do with her remains? Things like this will suddenly pop in, and you may not have thought of them before, and you're thinking, oh, what am I doing? This is my baby. And it won't actually be your thought. They are telepathic. And so they will be floating their own ideas into you. So if it's something that you know that you haven't thought of already, she'll be floating those ideas in, and she'll be trying to let you know that it's okay, that she's okay with the idea. I hate to say that you'll know, because like I said, I'm pretty sure that I missed my voice takeoff point a couple of times because I personally was not ready to let him go.
I understand. Yeah.
But she'll start floating things to you. And again, you've really got my sympathies with that. She's amazing. She really is.
Wow. I have to pass this along too. Tammy says, I can't say what you just did, but I'm dealing with menopause, and that healing fixed a situation I've been dealing with. I'm going to send that to my daughter then. She's dealing with it too, and that's all I hear 24/7 from her. So maybe it will help her out. So I'm
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hi, Valerie. Hi, Val. It's good to see you. Terry's here from Holding Your Space. It's wonderful to see everybody. Thanks for being here. Yeah.
Terry, if you go back through the beginning where I did the meditation, I actually did some extra. There was a lot of grief around the lungs, and so there was extra energy that was put into the shiatsu portion of this session this time through. Will be just as powerful for the replay.
And she's got COVID right now, so she needs it. Yep, absolutely. Yep. All right. So Carl wonders about his cat Orange. Still hasn't got the cat. I guess hasn't found the cat. Are we supposed to get back together, or she got a new life?
Oh, golly. I'm not usually very good with missing kitties, but let me see if I can maybe track Orange.
Okay.
No, I just saw the backside of a tail zipping off. I think she's got a new life, honestly.
Oh. Okay.
I think it was a sea energy. Yeah. All I saw was a tail going into the.
I think she's saying, Carl, you got enough cats.
Say something like that. That's all.
You got enough cats right now. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Because he does. He has a lot of cats.
Drawn towards something else.
Yeah.
All I caught from it was see ya. But the other thing is she seemed to be happy going towards whatever it was that she was going towards.
Okay.
You have no idea. If your cats have access, they are the biggest players, I guess you could say. Oh my word. They'll definitely cheat on you.
Yeah, they will. I had a Shih Tzu that when she was an escape artist, and when she escaped, one time she was 7 miles away. And when we finally got her back, thank God she was chipped. They said, I looked at her and I said, "What the hell are you doing?"
She moved herself in, didn't she?
You really have it good here. I don't know why you want to go away. But she was a wanderer. She would wander. And I think when she went, she just didn't think how to get back. I don't know. She was crazy. Yeah.
Well, making friends as I go along. Look, a new
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yes, I think that the juju you needed, you just got. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah. So I would suggest, Suzanne, that drink a lot of water and then go back and re-listen if you want. You might want to wait until tomorrow. I don't know, but you don't have to. But, you don't want to. I'm thinking to myself, I'd like to listen to it again. And then I thought, I don't want to push things. I just want things to work.
Gently. You can make that intention, but I will say that the 2 Lemurian technologies that I used at the very beginning, especially the undoing and the doing, that's some pretty heavy duty technology.
It is.
So it will collapse. And the nice thing about it is what you may feel is, I need to do that again. It may feel strange to you. In that space, feel into it and just know this is actually my collapsed field. There are no boogeymen in there yet. It's a nice, clean and clear field. It will feel unfamiliar because the stuff has already been collapsed. And sometimes what happens is we think, oh, it couldn't have worked that quickly. Yeah, actually it can, and it does, and it did. So if you're accidentally reaching out for things to pull them back in because it feels like a safety blanket because it's familiar, try to be a little bit uncomfortable with it. Give yourself some space and just go, it's okay. This is the new feeling and it is already collapsed. This is just me and my energy field.
Yep.
But
That's
if you
great.
feel like it tonight, or if something pops up and you're like, ooh, forget that,
I
you
get
can
that.
absolutely play it again.
True. And Tammy Jackson, I'm going to assume that your issue with your menopause stuff was taken care of. So I'm going to just leave it at that. I think that a lot of these questions were handled in the meditation. Annie, what can I say? I already said what I think, but Debbie, what do you have to
Hannah,
say?
you're doing amazing, honey. You
I know.
are just taking numbers and names and out there, and you're out there, and it's beautiful. I'm
Absolutely.
really proud of you. I really am.
Yeah.
The only thing that I saw from you, and I think that was the last time that I was here, was that you protect your own energy just a little bit with a silver bubble around you. You may wear silver colored jewelries to help support you. Anything that's silver colored, you can wear it in your hair, put it around your neck, bracelets. You can imagine, if you don't have, that's not a problem. You can imagine your silver bubble. Whenever we did the bubble technique, you can go ahead and put that around you, and then just the brightest, whitest light around you. But you're doing a beautiful job. You actually had a breakthrough about 3 weeks back. And so you're doing amazing. You are standing in your light exactly as your name says.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you.
And Terry thinks this, we all feel that way about you, Annie. You're part of this wonderful community, and we all are helping this community. And I say that I'm not making it up. People in the chat, you're helping the community. You're here. You're the community. You're reaching out to others. You're saying hello. If I see somebody if I'm in another whole other chat and someone says, "Oh, hi, Aley or Alice," or whatever, I say, "Wow, I'm being recognized." And I don't need to have grandiose recognition, but it's wonderful to feel seen. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that
your higher self is being in communication with other people's higher self.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Randy, there's a lot of ears ringing because there's a lot of photons coming in from the central sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what those high energies are. Mine have been bombarded for years. And they they'll change tones, sometimes different tones for different years, and it's not anything physical. It's just that my physical body is absorbing and upgrading to the crystalline photon energy that's coming in.
Hello to Valerie from Illumination Portal, and Valerie S is here, and hello to Deb Zacko. It's nice to see you. And Rush, everybody's here. Arlene, I don't know if you wanted her to read on your dog Penny, but I clicked on here because you wrote my dog Penny.
Sure.
How is Penny doing after this? Or do you want Debbie? Maybe you could look at Penny.
Do you need me to do more energy for her, or because we did a meridian balancing at the very beginning, and I was quiet for much of it, but there was a lot of energy that I was working on everybody's meridians. And by everybody, I mean all your family, literally humans, puppies.
Oh,
great.
She's relaxing.
Already got it.
Okay. Yeah. But whoops. Sorry about that. People post a comment and you go to hit it and the next one's already there. So you get their comment. Yeah. So she's relaxing. Good. Tammy, your ears are ringing at a high pitch.
That's the photons.
Okay. Yeah. It will eventually go away though, won't it? Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many years now that I'm on this, and it is different. So I always accept that it's there. Sometimes you can sit and ask if there's a specific message. Go ahead and close your eyes. You don't have to be in a proper meditation for it. But you can simply ask, is there something? And then just wait to see if any sensations float in. Sometimes you'll get a message or a sensation float through your body, and it'll be a prompt or a download. There's sometimes whenever I've had it where, it's just been deafening. And then at night, I'll be woke up and there will be light flashes, colored light flashes all over my bedroom. Sometimes it looks like a disco ball in there.
Okay. Well, we just have to play some disco music. There you go. Craig wonders if there's a reason. Maybe you don't know the answer to this, and that's fine. But he's afraid of animals, and Is this something that happened when you were a kid? I mean, what kind of, are you afraid of all animals, Craig? Because I'll tell you what happened to me. I love dogs all my life, but I saw a dog, a German Shepherd, and his name, interestingly, was Adolf. And I threw my arms around its neck to hug it, and it bit me in the ear.
Yeah,
And
dogs don't like you on the face. Yeah,
yeah,
scary.
it was
Scared
frightening
him.
as a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, you scared him. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if you're afraid of animals, it may be because it is not something that's familiar to you. Sometimes if we're raised in families that we don't have pets, we don't know how to communicate with them. And it makes it hard because the first thing that I learned with the animals is how do they communicate love? How do they communicate a fear? How do they communicate an aggression stance? And you kind of learn to know what their words are. And so it helps if it's something that you are familiar with. If you're not familiar with it, you're going to be afraid. You have a healthy respect. You know, Craig, and that's just fine too. It may also be, I don't know what your ascension path is, but sometimes we have a really large energy sphere around us, and we can sense that they wouldn't appreciate if we were to say hug them or come or stand too closely or move too quickly around them. And it can be frightening and intimidating to them.
Sure. Seascape, I'm going to save your question for last. Deb just came in and she's got a question. Her dog got out, picked up by the Humane Society, but she's sick from all the injections they do at once. How can I care for her? She's
tiny. Ouch. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Let me, Deb, let me go ahead and reach out to her right now because she would have also had PTSD. If you came in late, definitely have you both sit in on the same, definitely listen to the 2 Lemurian technologies at the very beginning of it to help 0 point that PTSD she would have gotten from just being in the Humane Society. And yeah, she's pretty freaked out. She's like, what the? And then it's hard too because the injections that they do, it's a big shot for sure. And it's even harder because they use the same 1 millimeter shot that they use for everything. A Great Dane will have the same size shot as a Chihuahua.
Kidding. I didn't know that.
It's for standard, don't you know? Unless something has changed in the vet community, which I'm sorry, I was on. That was my pathway. So I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So let me just go ahead and clean and clear her just a little bit. She's going to struggle a bit, I think, with this. So let's get some extra energy going, just to kind of speed up the process for her. Baby her. If she needs, you might just offer her something easy to digest, like a rice and maybe a bone broth type meal if she's interested. Something light for supper if she's interested in food at all. Otherwise, she'll probably just need to sleep and make sure that she's got her water nearby.
Her ears just went up and she's not eating. She said.
She's not eating. Yep. It's because she's feeling hot, and that's the effect of all of those vaccines.
Well, and they re-chipped her. Why would they do that when they knew she had a chip? Because they must have contacted you. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Why would they chip her again?
God. Poor Dolly. I'm so sorry. Jeez.
Make sure that your name is in that chip, though, because sometimes whenever they do the chip with the company, they'll lodge the name, but you need to make sure that your name is on there as her registered owner. Period.
Yeah. I've had that happen actually. They called the vet's office. Yeah. That's what they did. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, sending her lots of love, Deb. I'm sorry that's going on.
She might not be eating simply because of the shot that she had and everything.
Well, that's true. They get like a flu, like a flu. All right. So Sydney is the little dog in the picture. Sydney has dementia.
Yeah, I know. The last time I checked in with Sydney, she was fine. She just wasn't in her body.
Okay. Okay.
But life was good for Sydney the last time I checked in with her. Oh, her head's feeling a little weird tonight. Let me feel into this.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi. She's very, very friendly. She's pretty funny. I am sorry, because on the outside, it's really a struggle. I get it. I used to dog groom. So yeah, the older ones are a little, that's like, hello. Meanwhile, they're busy off playing around Planet Saturn or something. It would be helpful if you were here. Really.
Yeah. Oh, she's a people person. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's very, very, ow. She's telling me she's not happy with the fact that her body is starting to fail her, is what she's saying. I don't like this. It's kind of a sick sensation.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting closer to, I think, her jump off point. And she's telling me, she says, it's okay if you decide it's okay. But she's really getting angry that her body isn't connecting with her soul. She's getting more and more out of her body and wanting to do things. And I think her body is really beginning to start to irritate her, that it's not keeping up with her. That yeah. She's saying it's okay to let her go. And again, I really, really send my deepest heartfelt hugs on this one. Letting them go is the worst.
It is the worst.
But she's simply saying she's ready, and she's frustrated is her main thing, because her soul is able to go out and bounce around people, like she's sitting in my lap right now energetically, and she's just happy. She's a cool dog, but she's really pissed off at her body right now. She says, I don't want to be in it, but I understand if I have to be in it, but I don't want to be in it. She's enjoying the freedom of her soul being more and more out of her body. So I think that's your indication. And not to be trite, but oftentimes you'll have souls that if they're wanting to be with you, they'll go to the other side, and then they will come back in another form later on. She's not telling me she's ready to do that part. But I do find that souls, a lot of times, if you need them to, will try to either come back to be with you to continue your mission, or they will send somebody from the other side, so you won't be alone. And again, big, big, big hugs, honey. Big, big, big hugs.
I pulled a card for you, Seascape, from actually a deck called the Ascension Light Codes. And it looks like Christ consciousness is being sent. And the message is to choose love. Yeah, choose love. So we choosing to release our babies makes us feel so guilty. And yet at the same time, it really is something that we have to do when they're either suffering or they're,
especially and I know when bodies have failed.
Yeah, I know you know that. You're so not ready. I get it, honey. We get you. And you have to do it when you're ready, not anybody else's.
Yeah, and that was just that she's not indicating that there's a problem with her body. She's not indicating that there's any kind of a failure or anything. It's just she's so pissed off at her body right now, not being able to do stuff, that she's staying more and more out of her body so that she can have the freedom of what her soul is.
What her soul wants. Yeah. Oh, much love, Seascape. Much love to you and Sydney. We love Sydney. Yeah, we do. And I know Hypnicity is dealing with the same thing with Rascal. So anybody that is hard. It's very, very difficult. Yeah, very difficult. So
cry. God. All I can say with that is cry as much as you need and as long as you need, and don't let anybody say it was just a fill in the blank. And the reason why I say cry as much as you need for as long as you need, and as many times as it comes up until you quit crying, is because if you don't, you will shove that sadness into your body.
Yeah.
And grief is connected to lungs.
Yeah. Yep. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. Debbie, wonderful show. Everybody, you can go back and listen to the beginning of the show where she starts doing her light codes and her work anytime. It's timeless. Thank you so much. She'll be back again probably within a couple of weeks, really soon. So much love to everybody. Take care of yourself. Stay out of the chaos. Choose love. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Debbie. Bye.